Hey guys, and welcome to the Miss Kenna channel. My name is Hulda, and today we are going to be talking about love. Yes, you heard me correctly. We're going to be talking about love. We're going to be talking about love from the perspective of the Bible, of what God says love should be between a man and a woman. And this is really an exciting month and also an exciting week because Valentine's Day is literally tomorrow, I think. And so this is a special time for people who love each other. And this doesn't have to be just people who have significant others, but if you love your mom, if you love your brother, if you love your sister, if you love your aunt, if you love your uncle, your family, just anybody in general can be your quote unquote Valentine. So let's keep that in mind. If you're single going into the season that we're about to be in. So let's get started on this video. So we're going to be diving into the Word of God, and we're going to be going to 1 Corinthians, and we're going to be going to chapter 13, verse 4. Now, don't get Corinthians and Chronicles confused, because I do too, okay? So New Testament, just remember that. New Testament, that Corinthians, okay? So it reads, love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoice with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails. So we're going to end in verse 8. Now, I'm going to be talking a little bit. Now, this is obviously an area, if you know me, that I am not an expert in. However, I am an expert in observation of what I see and what, of course, the Bible talks about love. Okay. Right now in the world that we live in, I have noticed that a lot of couples like to quote unquote compete. Okay. Like couples like to compete about finances, who's making more money than the other. Okay. A lot of people like to compete. Couples like to compete for job opportunities, for housing, cars. Sometimes there's even a competition during this season of love, which is like who can buy someone the best gift. Okay, I see lots of girls who post videos about like what they got for their boyfriend for Valentine's Day or just in general, and vice versa for guys too. And I just want to say that from the Bible's perspective, that is not love. Okay. When you are in a competition with your significant other, I think that just means that you're in competition, because the Bible talks about how love does not envy, right? Love is not boastful. So when you see couples out there who are in competition with one another, and you know exactly who these people are, like they walk into the room and you just know that those two are competing against each other, right? Because it's about them, like me all the time. It's about my achievements, what I did for you, what I'm going to do for you. And that's just really unhealthy. So you want to recognize that. And if you are in a relationship where you feel like you are in competition, or your significant other feels like they are competing with you for, any kind of success, just pray to God about it. Because God is able to turn the hearts of anyone, right? And that's what I strongly believe in. Another one that stands out to me is that love is not easily angered. Now, I have seen this, I'd say, throughout my life, where I look at couples and it seems like one is always trying to please the other, and the other is always just like super angry about whatever the other person is, doing. Like for an example, okay, you guys know that I work in a jewelry store, and during this period in time, a lot of guys are coming in to buy gifts for their girlfriends, for their wives, fiancés, whatever, mothers, significant others, sisters, whatever. right? But sometimes, the guy might tell me if they're buying something for their significant other. I don't know if this is going to make her angry because, this is not like super expensive stuff, right? This isn't super expensive jewelry. I don't know how she's going to feel. I don't know if she's going to throw this in my face. Guys are just so concerned about what their significant other is going to say when they gift them something. And I think that is just wrong. It's just so wrong. Another scenario is there was this woman that came into the store and she wanted to buy something for herself. Okay, you guys, it was just like a for nothing gift that she was doing for herself. However, she kept telling me to hurry up. Okay, she was like, hurry it up. I don't want my husband to see that I'm buying this for myself. And this is also another thing that I've noticed that's very common among married couples, where the wife has, a shopping problem, which all women really have, okay? But there's a way to go about it. But they buy things in a rush, and sometimes that also puts like me as a seller, as somebody in the store who's selling this jewelry to this lady in a bad position, because I'm thinking in my head, oh God, if the husband walks in whilst I'm doing this transaction, how am I going to deal with this? Like, are they going to be rude to not just the wife, but are they going to be rude to me? It just really puts you in a really bad position. And like I said before, if you are married or you have a significant other and you feel like you buying something for yourself is going to make them angry, I think you ought to really pray about it. Because you ought to really pray about this and seek guidance, because anger is like one of the biggest, signs of somebody who's abusive. And you don't want to be with somebody who's like that. At least I don't. Now, one of my favorite quotes from this part of the reading is when it talks about it always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, it always perseveres. I think that just like connects with me so much, and I'm pretty sure it connects with a lot of people as well. These are some of the building blocks of relationship, right? To have trust, to persevere in good or bad, in rich or poor, and fat or skinny, right? So if you don't have that, I think it's like one of the main ingredients for a good and healthy relationship. So I just want to tell all the single ladies out here in the world who are watching this that there is a time for every single thing, okay? And I'm talking to single ladies because I'm single, okay? So everything that you are hoping for in your significant other, put that in prayer, okay? Put that in prayer and leave it to God to do what God does, because there's just some certain things that are not in our control. And there's a perception of love from what we see in our society, like what we see from our culture and what we see from like celebrities and movies, and what God says about love. Clearly, the media is not talking about how love needs to be, about trust, about preservation, about not being anchored. Have you seen these reality TV shows? They are not about that. And God's love is the best kind of love. Like, in my opinion, when you have God's love, when you feel God's love, you no longer seek love from a significant other or even from a human being, because the love that God has for you is just so enough. Like, it is more than enough. So that is my message. I hope everybody has a safe and beautiful Valentine's Day, regardless of your relationship status. Thank you guys so much for listening to this message, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.